impromptu start because I ain't ready for none of this. But I was like, you know what? I got free time. Might as well do another Brooklyn Nets episode. But like I said, I ain't set up or anything. I just hit the start button. Um, Thinking out loud. Giving you all a forewarning. Try to see what episode we're at. This is episode 10. I have no clue. We'll sit past the All-Star break, obviously, and the trade deadline. Spoiler alert, we don't really need to do anything at the trade deadline. And obviously, the moment that I say that, after it's done, I'll need to do something. And guess what? It'll be too late. We're going to play against the Magic. We're going to simcast against the Thunder. We will simcast against the Grizzlies and then play against the Pacers because they knocked us out of the NBA Cup. And then the next time around, we'll play against the Knicks and against the Suns. That's an important game. Bucks return to Phoenix, and then we'll go from there. That's obviously the next episode. So, I've not been watching. I have sparingly been tuning in to the NBA playoffs. I will say that. As we already lost to the Suns, I didn't feel that the home matchup against that team was as important because a lot of the Suns that Book played with are not there. I've been sparingly keeping up with the playoffs because I do care who wins and loses, even though my team is not in it anymore. There are definite teams I want to lose, and there's a couple that I want to win, a couple I wouldn't mind winning. That's very much the case in point of it. There's teams you don't want, teams that you do want, teams that you're neutral towards. That being said, I'm still loading this up. I would have felt awkward not doing an episode because I have free time, and a lot of my free time has been dedicated towards Fortnite. I'm in a big Star Wars phase at the moment, and I put most of that responsibility and most of that because of the new Fortnite season, which I might stream that some next week. The last time I streamed Fortnite, it just went terribly. It's made me scared to stream it anymore. So I'm stalling to see if this is working, and it is. All right. Like I said, there's no real theme to this episode yet. Maybe it'll come along. I will give credit. This Magic team is slightly different than the one in real life. Interested to see if they make it. They should make some changes in the offseason. You know, last year they made. See, here's what I don't like. This isn't really the same color blue, but there's no white in their jersey, so it makes it weird. What was I getting at? This might be You know what? We're gonna go retro because that might not have been the best color match. Last year they made the playoffs as the what seed? What seed were they? It's gonna bother me. Were they 6? Who was 2? Is the real question because Boston was obviously 1. They might have even been 4. Point being, they made the playoffs without having to go through the play-in. Where this year they had to go through the play-in, and then they played against Boston and gave them a run for the money. That series was a lot better than it probably should have been, and competitive and feisty. But point being, there's no time to waste in the NBA. That is a great start right away. His book is flaunting. Now, we're at that part of the offseason, and I've been thinking it, where I'm not going to say I'm ready for the playoffs to be done, because we've had a great playoffs, but for my own reasoning, I'm ready for offseason moves and trades, because I'm tired of being patient with my team. And so as some trades and changes need to be made. The draft lottery, I won't lie to y'all, I forgot. I'm pretty sure it is this coming Monday, because I remember seeing last week somebody said the draft lottery was a week away. I'm pretty sure they said that on a Monday. So I honestly forgot about that till just speaking about it. My schedule has been completely messed up because, not really messed up, but I've just been free balling it. I think that's the best way to put it. I don't really have anything set to do, but the stuff that I do have done, or the stuff that I need to do, I try to get done as quickly and early as possible. YouTube wise, we are in a messed up spot because of the playoffs and mainly because of the damn ROH reviews. Y'all know every week for the past 2 years, Ring of Honor TV reviews on Friday, where for the past couple weeks, it's been on again, off again because of the playoffs. I'm trying to get a good shot of Zion and Paulo. Bro, I did not know Paulo had an NBA tattoo on his leg. I think we need to get it from this side. Nope. Let's just do a side by side and hopefully y'all know who the hell these people are. What am I getting at? Where the playoffs have had ROH on sparingly different days, mainly Friday, so I have to change the review date. Again, I've said this every time I review. It's not a big deal to y'all. I hope it might be. It's only really a big deal to me because he's got to change my schedule. I don't like that. Zon gets back-to-back donks. But because of that, I like to be particulate with my upload schedule. Also, it's definitely weird because I've not came accustomed to the UFC series on its finale, which hopefully y'all check that out. If not, it's still there. I don't think it'll be going anywhere. I hope it's not going anywhere, but I've put the UFC 5 series on pause until we finish this series. Also, something else that really pisses me off about the playoffs and / off season is how I was telling y'all, I'm just ready for trades and moves to be done because there's a lot of every team, realistically speaking, every team that's eliminated have question marks, and even teams that are still in the playoffs still have a question marks. But 2K are too damn lazy to fix start today. Which, granted, there's a lot of shared setups that are fixed and whatnot. It's not the same. It's not the way that I like it done, and I don't like having to go through and change everything to where I've become accustomed to the way the regular start today is, and it's been broke for a month plus, maybe, and I just very much feel that it's laziness. And obviously, 2K do not care that much about this mode because it does not make them money. My team and my career make the money because you're putting all that money towards your characters and your teams, which also, because of this, I will admit that I've been popping up in my team and doing stuff in my team. I've not obviously put money into it. It's just the money that the VC that is saved up in there I've used and use it on card. I was using it on the cheapest cards. I was like, yeah, I can see myself using this. So I'm not fully dedicated to my team. I actually haven't even played in a minute. I've just popped up and played a couple of triple threat games and did the challenges for the playoff cards, which some are good, some are bad. So there's that. Still trying to think of what I need to title this episode. Because most of these episodes have a theme where this was I don't want to call it a filler episode, but that is an easy way to describe. That's the easiest way to describe it. So I'm gonna hope that something happens to where I don't have to describe it as that. As Zion, I wish it would have kept running to the goal. I could have alley it to him or passed it back. The trade deadline is tomorrow, so if any moves need to be done, we know when to do it. I'm also filming this during the course of UFC 315. As much as I enjoy the UFC, this is a card that I didn't think that I enjoy as much, and I dedicated a lot of my time to watching WWE Backlash, which I will now be talking about. Oh, a green 3 from Zion's a bit crazy. I don't know what that means. I don't know if this is a sarcastic tweet. I'm reading tweets about UFC. I don't know if it was a sarcastic tweet, but it's talking about the Valentino Shevchenko fight. I don't know if it was a good fight or not. But Valentino won, so there's that. Also, so UFC 5, you could do your predictions, and I think that I don't think I got the second fight right. I definitely got the Benoit Saint Denis fight right. Submission in the second round. I know there was a submission, and I just guessed. I was like, F it, second round. Because most of the time, I just go decision. I know it's not fun, but you've become accustomed to some of these people, and that's what happens. Valentina, I definitely got right. I said Valentina by decision. I wouldn't have been that surprised if she got a knockout or submission, but I was just like, I'm going to go with decision. Now, I will admit, I do know now that Alexis Grasso lost it. I'm pretty sure I did pick her, so I got one wrong at least. And maybe during the course of this video, you get my reaction to the main event that I'm not watching that a lot of people are interested in. I'm not a big Belal Muhammad fan. Jack Della Mena, I don't necessarily care for that much. Obviously, again, a lot of attention's going towards it for the sakes of International Fight Week, which I guess I understand. So maybe you can get some live reactions to that. Backlash. So that's your WWE talk. Oh boy. That was a filler pay-per-view. I'm just being an asshole. But it very much, like, we knew we were going to get Randy Orton and John Cena this year, and it made the most sense to do it at this show in St. Louis and give Randy Orton a big match. And this should be the last time they ever face off. Now, I will admit, obviously the promotion for this match was saying, hey, it's the last time they're competing. And then Michael Cole's like, it's one of the last times they're competing. So it's kind of like a wink and a nod, like, they have something planned that we don't know, you know. But it obviously made the most sense to do it because you want Cena to be the bad guy. And you know for a fact that Orton is very popular, and the crowd is very appreciative of Orton singing voices, even though Burning My Light's a better song, but that's a story for a different day. And Cena was going to get booed. So it made sense to do this match here, etc. It is definitely getting weird to the point of this should be an all-time Cena run. And his two big matches have been great till we get to the finishes. And we're going to go back in like 2 to 3, maybe 4 years. And like, hey, let's relive this final John Cena run. And we're going to go back and look at the end of these matches and go, why the hell is R-Truth here? Why is Travis Scott here? And I'm fully expecting the next damn title defense that we get is going to be somebody else that's different, you know? And I don't like that all of these matches are also freaking run-ins. I don't, you know? This one, I felt we didn't need that. In all honesty, I felt we didn't need it. With Cody, we kind of anticipated it. Even though everybody expected that run-in to be from The Rock, and it was just Travis, you know. This match did not need this. I love R-Truth. I don't have a problem with R-Truth. I am an advocate in celebrating R-Truth. Ron Killings, you know. I know people occasionally tweet about him in TNA. I was there for that. Like, I was watching TNA and cared about TNA when that was happening. Granted, I was very young, but I was like, when he came to WWE, I was like, he used to be in TNA. And obviously he was in WWE first, but point being, R-Truth is more than just a comedy character. Now, for the longest time, that has not been the case, obviously. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I imagine we're getting some type of confirmation or confrontation / match with these two. The rumor of it being at Saturday Night's Main Event in 2 weeks, which I love the concept of Saturday Night's Main Event, and it's kind of a... This was like pay-per-view 1A. Saturday Night's Main Event's like pay-per-view 1B type of situation. So whatever we don't have room for to put on a pay-per-view, we'll just put on Saturday Night's Main Event. I like that idea. I don't really have any interest in Logan Paul versus Jey Uso because I don't like Logan Paul. I very much also feel that John Cena R-Truth. If they feel the need to do that match, which again, I don't really know why they feel the need to do that. could legitimately do that on SmackDown in like a 10-minute match. Why you're doing it on a pay-per-view level show, and I'm kind of giving compliment there. I don't know why they feel that way, but maybe we're just overreacting. Which that would be their first thought process. Just let us be. Hey, be fans, be fans. Which if they did stuff intelligently, and I'm not gonna say the right way, but intelligently, we could be fans. But we had to question and scratch our heads so damn much. But again, if this is the last time we see Cena and Orton, now we're gonna have to say our truth came out. Where Cody and Cena, I imagine that's not the last time we see those two compete, but it's like WrestleMania. We're going back to look at these WrestleMania main event, and freaking Travis Scott came out. And I'm trying to think of let's think of another WrestleMania match, main event that had an ending like that, because obviously for years we had the Roman Reigns matches where WrestleMania 40 it was acceptable because it was run-ins from people involved in the storyline for a year plus, aka Solo, and legends of the freaking game. Undertaker, Rock, John Cena. WrestleMania 39 was kind of a wet fart, but you know what? It's kind of I would say it's very similar, but again, Solo's a part of the story, and it added on to something later. Which, granted, maybe this Travis Scott and John Cena situation is something that something gets added on later, but in that moment and still a little bit now, we didn't really care for. He's not out of bounds. He is not out of bounds here. That's not out of bounds. That's definitely out of bounds. This is out of bounds. This is out of bounds. And so I just freaking screwed myself over there. Okay, we kind of got it back because that definitely went through his leg. This Dame's hitting threes. Hopefully Dame's okay. We obviously know that he's hurt, but we haven't really got an update about him. Oh, this is the John Isaac revenge game. Forgot about that. Who did we give up? He was a free agent, so, nobody on our team is over here. Dame is continuing. Boom. Lyra and Becky. Good on Lyra for winning, but with the ending, I feel that they're going to continue. I don't really have a problem with Becky being IC champion because I feel that when you add these new championships, it gives something for people that have done it all to do something else, Which might have been a main reason for Becky winning the women's tag title because she hadn't. I don't think she was a women's tag champion before that. The women's tag team titles have such a weird ass history. Do y'all remember Charlotte and Asuka being tag champions? Probably not because it's in 2020, but that comes to mind. Raquel and Aaliyah winning the tag titles comes to mind. So I'm trying to think off the top. I don't think that Becky was ever women's tag champion before Mania. Which, granted, again, didn't mean anything because she held it for a day. I will admit, the match that pissed me off the most was not Pat McAfee and Gunther. The match that pissed me off the most was freaking Dom and Penta because it was the same stuff that we'd seen and adding more stuff that, I feel is taken away from the Intercontinental Championship. As I will admit that I am getting a bit distracted at just shooting one Dame. I will say that. Not really distracted, but if I'm shooting one Dame, I expect it to go in. So let's try to change that up a bit. I think that this When Worlds Collide event is going to be great. El Grande Americano. It's an interesting story and situation, but I feel that things could be better. As I will admit, the Thunder, look at their record. I want to know who's missing from here. Because Caruso's still on the team. I don't think they have Isaiah Joe still. Dort's still here. Their bench just isn't really the same. Aaron Wiggins isn't here. It's very much just their bench sucks. It's just Caruso and Hartenstein, which granted, it's better than most benches, but their team is not the same as it was, as they are the 7th seed right now. We're going to simcast this game. I won't lie to y'all. Hold on. I won't lie to you. Can we get... How can we do this? First of all, I know the reason they're trading him is he's got a contract to Stitcher, which is hilarious that he even is like, hey, let's sign this contract. I'm going to keep Zion because Zion has done well for us. I'm not going to say the whole story of this series is Zion, but a great majority of it is. Now, how many picks do we have left? Any pick that is tradable, I'm willing to give up. I like Jalen. Do I like Jalen Wood? Look, I'm mad at the Thunder. I will admit that. They still want Zion. I'm trying to understand. All right. If I go to... I'm going to decline this. I almost hit Y. I will admit that. Also, this would be just hilarious as hell if we were able to get this trade done right here. I think all of them's going to involve Zion. Now, I'm not against trading Jaden McDaniels, but I feel that anybody out of the start five, that would be one of the trades, probably him. But it needs to be... He's very much our defense. That's why he is here. He is our defense. So if we don't really... Like, Lauren Marketing might be an improvement, but probably not. Austin Reeves doesn't really provide what we need, but I would say he's a better player. Now, anybody else here that's like, okay, yeah, you could go. I don't think so. I think we're in an okay spot. When the worlds collide, going back to that. Look, Herb Jones, I would consider it, but I think we're in an okay spot. As we're going to just simcast. Actually, I want to see team intel first, and then we'll go through. Naz Reid, who he just got over there. Derek White. If we did not have Devin Booker, I would have took Derek White. Derek White is one of my favorites. He's grown to be one of my favorites just because he does fucking everything. OG, I feel, is a way more expensive McDaniels. And a more expensive, better Daniels, but still on a similar level. All right. I felt that they could have just done the IC title match on Raw. Is essentially what I'm trying to get at. I much rather they would have done the women's tag match they're going to do this week on Raw at the pay-per-view, because that's a star-studded match. Roxanne and Julia versus Rhea and Io, which those are... You could very much make the argument the 4 best women in WWE at the moment. Definitely the 3. Definitely. You can make the argument. Look, I'm a big Roxanne fan. I think Io is the best women's competitor in WWE right now. So, you can very much make the argument. So, that's what I'm trying to get at. I would have much rather they done that match on the pay-per-view instead of Penta Dominic. Especially with the finish that we got. Even though I understand. Dominic is the heel Jey Uso in my eyes. Like, I think Jey Uso is a good wrestler. I think Dominic's a good wrestler. I actually think that would be a decent rivalry. Not for the world title. Not for the world title. Obviously, it can't be for the IC title now because Jey Uso is world champion. But I don't necessarily... I understand the critique of Jey Uso, but it's just... I understand the main reason they're in this position they're in is that they're over with the fans and they've done and do the hard work. So we're going to do a disrespectful bucket to end this game. So we're cleaning up, taking care of business, beat the Thunder because they didn't want to give us Jalen Williams. I don't think that's the biggest deal. So point being, I wasn't the biggest fan of the Dominic and Penta match, as we're going to go through All-Star Weekend, as I don't think we'll have anybody in the rookie sophomore game, but it's always interesting to look. Do we have anybody here? Cooper Flag is here. We don't have anybody on this side. Shout out Edie. They don't have Jalen Wills, which I'm giving a thumbs down. If the sophomores don't win that game, they kind of suck. All right. I'm kind of disappointed that Dame and or Book is not in this. You know what? Can I change who's in this? I wonder if you can change who's in this way well in advance. Like, obviously, I'm not. Jokic also being in this is pretty fucking insane. But we don't have anybody in that. Dunk contest. We probably got Zion. Okay. Zion used to be in this all the time. I'm kind of glad that he's not because I don't do well in the dunk contest here. Now, can I see who won these? Where do I need to go for that? I guess not. So this is the East. Oh, jeez. I thought it just started up. Book is here. Book is here. Book is here. All right. You know what we're going to do? We're going to play some of this. Screw it. And yes, we're making him start. I don't care. And you know what else we're doing? If it'll let us, it won't. I was going to try to give us the throwback jerseys. I need to see who's on this side. Steph, Ant, 80 at small forward. Kind of cooked. Katie's there. What team is Katie? Katie's still on Phoenix? No, Katie's in Memphis. I keep forgetting that. All right. We're going to simulate this. That's the easiest way to do this. So we might pop in, might not. We definitely need to pop in to get a screenshot of Book in the jersey. As we could come back. We're going to cheese this. All right. Because most of the time when we've done the All-Star game on here, we don't have an All-Star. Because you know what? I will admit, if you have a stacked team, they do not give you a damn All-Star. Giannis is at 49%, which is a bit terrifying. So, let's go ahead and get this screenshot of Book hitting this layup while I am thinking of it. All right, let's do this. Y'all can tell that says All-Star, can't? I'm going to hope y'all can tell that says All-Star. Because now we're trying to lock in and win this game. Tatum, I trust. I'm bringing in Cade because he's got size. Oh my God, Zion's here? Are you kidding me? Zion was here and I missed it. We're going to have to get him in. As I'm trying to freaking figure out. Bro, I'm not going to say I should restart this, but I completely had a brain for it. Zion needs to get in. So we're putting Zion in. Who do we need? We're only going to bring Cat in because of stamina, because everybody else's stamina is gone. As Giannis is doing a pose that, with the way that camera was cut, was making it look suspicious. Tatum, I feel I could hit the most shots with. So this is not the best lineup we could put out there, but combining it with the stamina, it is. And worst case scenario, we might, we still have time to change it up. As they got see, look, they also are going to have the advantage of having a freaking power forward in at small forward. So we probably need to bring Giannis back. We're going to bring Giannis and put him in at center. We could also put Giannis at small. All right. Okay, let's call a timeout. I do not trust Zion guarding Curry. I trust him slightly better guarding Ant because we are going super big. Cade, I like you, but for the sake of this and to compete with the other team, we're going to put Embiid back in. Where's we going to put? Apollo in. Tatum might. Let's take this through. We're gonna put Zion in at small forward. That's a terrible idea. I'm gonna put Tatum at shooting guard and Book at point. And then we're to bring, once this is done, we'll bring Giannis back in. As we are going to have a hard time guarding shooting on Wemby. So I do think this is a good shot. And we also, again, have the theme of this because we have 2 All-Stars, which normally is not the case. So what's the best? Hopefully we can get a Zion dunk. That's what the main goal here is. That should have been backcourt. Alright, we lost, but now it's time to have fun. I have my hands up at everything, but that's just how Stephen Curry operates. Yeah, we definitely lost. Oh, baby. Alright, we're going to do something risky. Tatum. It didn't work. We're doing it again. And the more difficult one worked. Okay. Do we do it one more time? No. Do the easy shot. I wish Paulo was on our team that way. Because that would have been great for the thumbnail. I wish he would have saw that coming earlier, because I already did. There we go. 1-on-1, first pick for first pick action. Why do they make this so difficult? It's always gonna go the opposite way that you want. All right. Did we need to foul? Not really. I'm hoping they pass to Wemby and he either shoots a 3. Okay. We'll take it. All right. I was hoping they call a timeout because that would help us a lot more. Cat. All right, we'll do this, but we're putting Giannis in for rebounding purposes. No! They take it so long. That's a good look, though. No way you did that. No way you freaking moved your foot forward. Oh my god, our own guys would have fell out of the damn All-Star game. Alright, if it goes in, it goes in. That's Tatum for you. That's Tatum for you. All right. That was fun. That was fun. That was fun. Only lost by 5. Do they do an All-Star Game MVP ceremony? They do. It goes to Wimby. I would have put a lot more effort into this. I know that. All right. Wimby's second All-Star Game. No first-time All-Stars here. Oh, I should have. I was like, I should have told you this. I did try today. It's a Mountain Dew enthusiast. I tried Mango Rush, the Little Caesars Mountain Dew exclusive. In my review, it tastes like Sunkiss. That's the best review that I could give y'all. All right. So, we're going to simcast this Grizzlies game, play the Pacers game, and then next time we'll hear, we're going to start with the Knicks and definitely play Phoenix. And then we'll probably go super fast. That way we can get into the playoffs because it's the post-All-Star break, etc. Hey, Toronto, y'all should trade for Wiggins. Y'all have a 3 seed. Actually, they're the 4 seed, third in there. What the hell ever you call it. Division. They do not even start Edie here. I'm only doing this that way I can select the jerseys and then we'll simcast from there. Potential finals preview. This would kind of be heartbreaking for me. And in real life, I would love it. On here, it'd be tugging at my heart. It's always good to get the first shot off. It's a tied game. I hate that worked so well. I hate that worked so well. I knew it would though. I got a question for NBA. What is it? NBA content creators. I hate saying that, but that's the proper term for it. How do y'all operate with the thought process? Like, when did y'all realize and get to the point that, as I'm not paying attention, like fans learn what team you support? If you talk about the NBA in general, because I try to do that, but relate most of it to the Grizzlies, because that's what I watch and know the most. Even though, you know, that's a good, because like Dom 2K, I know he's a Celtics fan. Oh, geez, I was so close. I made the right choice. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. Give the ball to Book. Look at Taylor Jenkins over there. He's got a black sweater, gray pants. He would not be wearing that. I saw there's an Instagram page that does like fake trades and like off-season rebuilds. And the one for the Bucks, it said new head coach Taylor Jenkins. I was like, you know what? Not impossible. But it's that point for a handful. I would say most, but for the sake of it, for a handful of NBA fans, we're just ready for the offseason and trades and know what the hell our team's doing, what the hell we can see next from our team, you know? And there's so many. Like I said, there's legitimately like a question mark for every team. Is this team content with are the Grizzlies content with what they got? What's Sacramento going to do? They need a point guard, but do they feel their team's good enough to like compete? I personally wish they would blow it up, but that's for selfish purposes. I was trying to say personal reasons, but I couldn't get purposes out. All right, we're gonna be All right, we probably shouldn't have been disrespectful, but we were. So it could have been worse. It could have went worse, as we did win this. We're going to move on to the Pacers game and looking for revenge for when they knocked us out of the NBA Cup. Do the Knicks have anybody different? I don't think they do. They have Ty Jerome. Did they win? Who won the title on here last year? Because I've completely forgot. Tyler Jerome wasn't on this team last year, so he won't have that accolade if they won it. Okay, it was not the Knicks. This just goes to show. Let's check this out while I'm thinking about it. Wemby got All-Star Game MVP. Is a 98 overall, so I look way more stupid for having Zion trying to score on him in the All-Star Game. Most improved. Interesting selection. I don't know if a guy averaging 6 points can win it, but Don't Connect, I think, does have a good case. Kia Clutch, Tatum. What was I looking at? League history. NBA records? No. NBA history. The Nuggets won it. No. I'm an idiot. The Celtics won again. Over the Mavericks? What the same finals again? I don't remember that whatsoever. I legitimately do not remember that whatsoever. Oh, no. I knew the moment I was like, yeah, all right. It's not the biggest deal. As you know what we're going to do? We're going to be an asshole. Actually, not. 25 minutes to our starters and their energy being gone is pretty insane. Javon Sahan, can we see his stats while I'm thinking of it? He's averaging 10-ish points. A couple of 2-point games. So it could be worse. It could be worse. So who here needs to get more minutes? Or Christian Wood, Tom. It's been quite a while since that has been said. He can get 15. And Kennard can get 15. So our bench is already getting a lot of minutes. So, yes, I know in real life this is not the smartest thing to do, but for 2K sakes and stamina's sake, that's why we're doing it. I almost went to the wrong game. Ooh. I don't think we can do any of these, but it doesn't hurt to not look. Okay. So let's get this game. This has been a good episode. I said it was going to be a filler episode, but we got that All-Star Game surprise, so made it a little bit better. So let's get to this revenge game. The Pacers knocked us out of the NBA Cup. I want to knock them out of this game and beat the hell out of them. Beat the hell out of them! This has been an all-retro. No, it hasn't. I was going to say it's been an all-retro attire episode. We're going to wear these. I don't think we have wore these yet in the series. And I will say this now. Wear the gray jerseys. When I think of like the Jason Kidd era New Jersey Nets, I mainly think of those gray jerseys. Pulling up to an NBA game in a headband, your sweatband. Headband's okay. Sweatband, bit diabolical. As the UFC main event is now going into the championship rounds, aka the fourth round, and the fans right now are saying that Jack Della Maldea, I don't know his last name, I just say Jack Della, because I'm exposing my casualness. You could also tell I'm a damn casual, because I ain't freaking watching main event or go into the efforts to find somebody to watch it with, because I'm definitely not paying for this. All right. What are y'all thoughts on this Pacers core? I feel that in real life it looks a little bit better and brighter, because on here, kind of difficult to see. As the Dame, and Dame was not on our team during that NBA Cup game. And I'm not going to say that Dame and Tyrese have a rivalry, but Dame talks that trash to Tyrese more than most players. Or he does to most players, which Dame's a real one, so he's just trying to keep it real. So I'm kind of upset that it didn't miss, but again, it's on me. So after this, I'll be playing Fortnite, which I planned on doing it before this, but I was like, screw it, let's go ahead and do it. I'll put off something tomorrow that you can do today. It's a magnet that used to be on my refrigerator that I don't know where it went. Give y'all some content. There's that one, boom. That's how it works. Back up for the 3 when there's a player there that could potentially get the offensive rebound. In real life, I wouldn't advise it. It sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. It's kind of how basketball works in general. I kind of wish that I could block that as Ben Shepherd is doing us up early. Speaking of Fortnite, I did buy the Han Solo and Darth Maul skins. There's a potential that I buy at some point the Anakin Skywalker one's going to be in the shop. I feel that. I might buy it. The Mace Windu one does look cool, but I am a little bit salty that it is not in the Battle Pass, because when they started leaking information about this season, the leakers were like, oh, it's going to be in the Battle Pass, and obviously it is. Granted, General Grievous is, and I was like, who would be a Star Wars character I would be like, that would make for a cool Fortnite skin? General Grievous did appear on that list in my mind. But Mace Windu was also one of them. And Jar Jar Binks, Darth Jar Jar, I do not think is a part of the Battle Pass. They might add it. I don't think they will. That one bothered me because I hit Y at the right time. Pacers, Cavs, game 4. Should be an interesting I think the best word to describe that is an experiment. Because I'm trying to think this through. All right, no, it was the Thunder. Wait, time out. I think the Thunder were the first team to win a home game in the second round. Because home court. Hey, look, I will say this. As a Grizzlies fan, in our playoff experience, home court don't mean shit. We've, split home court way too much. So, from the perspective of wanting to not be in the play-in, obviously home court matters in that situation. That way you don't have to play in 1 to 2 extra games. But in general, home court don't mean shit. And kind of matchups. If you really want to overthink it, matchups do make sense, but sometimes they don't. I did just get the great idea that I'm going to give custom shoes to Dame and Book and potentially Zion. Because I'm tired of seeing Book in the same black shoes when he has his own line. I'm going to do it for the whole team. No doubt. I'm not that dedicated, but for guys that have their own shoes, I would do that. Because I've made a custom pair of Jaws. It was the retro ones. That way he can wear them with the retro jerseys. And I did the Halloween pair, but it didn't turn out as great. So I'm going to add that to the checklist. I need to find a pair of Zions that I like. Is Dame hot? He probably is not now. I'm going to try to bait him to pass to Tyrese as he passed to Mathurin instead. That's a terrible shot, but feeling it. Okay. Except for a terrible shot. Hoping he goes in. I don't know if they count that as a block, but probably should. I want Bam to go in. He doesn't need to now because that was a green. Where's Christian Wood? When I give him minutes, why ain't he popping up? Just spam it. Just spam it. When it's working, it's working. You trying to change the lineup? Okay. Daniel's could have ran over there and got that rebound. Who do you think you are? Bro, Book ain't even scored at all. All our points came from Dame. All but 4 of them. So who the hell got the other? Alright, it's on. Please tell me that was a block. Because I kind of pushed the hell out of them. Alright. It's not the most like, oh my god, look at that block, but we stopped him from scoring. That's the main goal, obviously. Do we bring in Christian Wood? Or go with McDaniel staying in? Who do y'all think can guard Siakam better? I want to give Christian Wood a chance, so we're going to bring him in. This might not work, but I don't really care. There we go. Now we need to get Book involved. And immediately we do. I think that's on Dame. That could have went bad. But it didn't. A Wiseman revenge game. Okay, that's bullcrap. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. I don't like that. Go right back at him. Dame was even more impressive if Dame was not even on the team during the NBA Cup game. And look how much he's coming out to care to get revenge for us. That was a bad shot because I tried to pass out of it. Ugh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. As they are in the final round of the main event. So I might get a live reaction to that. All right, almost. The fight is done. Everybody's saying that Jack won. Which, if that is the case, and he won by decision, I got 4 out of 5 exactly, round and way right on UFC 5. The Alex Grasso fight is the one I got wrong, which fair, I guess. I don't know. 4 out of 5 is better than most. All right, I screwed that up by trying to pass that over. Jack Delamadeo. Jack Delamadeo. I'm not saying that. I sound stupid trying to pronounce it. If you can't hear it, it makes it more difficult. I know that we're trying too much, but it's fun that way. As one Haley Williams said, ain't it fun? All right, that's not. That ain't. That is. And there is a new champion. All right, we're gonna test our might and just sim and still win. So revenge, successful. Dame had 43 in the game. Ooh. 9 of 19 from 3. So he only took 4 more threes. Zion went 10 for 11. So there's one thing I want to look at. Because I already gave y'all a tease for it. Something to look forward to for the next time around. Because I'm ready to play Fortnite. But what book shoes do they already have? So here's what's the problem. It's going to take me a minute to see it. Because I think it's in alphabetical order. I saw it. So he only has these orange pair. Which, to be fair, playing against the Knicks next game, this would make sense. Because, they're orange. But I would imagine that I can remember. Now, for Dame's sake. How many Dame shoes are in this game? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What? See, look, that's bullcrap. Having it all out of order and whatnot. What's the latest pair that are in this game? The Dame not. I just saw the nons. How do these look? I'm very picky color matching. I know that the players don't care that much, but I slightly do. These, I won't lie, these kind of look nice. Granted, we might not be wearing those jerseys, so it makes it more difficult as I just went to the same shoe. These kind of look the same. They're shiny, though, so we might keep those. Now, we're not home next game, but I do want to see. I remember him wearing these a lot. These kind of look cool. These kind of look cool and would go with the retro. So I don't think we'll customize the Dame shoes because he's got a lot of options already. But we'll probably customize the book ones because he only had one option. Now Zion, while I'm thinking of it, we'll go the. Bro, what if we just freaking was like, screw it, gave him. Yes, I know he's 6'6". I'll make it a 6'7". We'll see if there's any difference with that. If there's something really dramatic, obviously I'll change it back. But, screw y'all. Regardless, he should be all the way down here, and he is. How he already has 3 shoes is a bit mind-boggling. We'll give him these for next time. Let's see what these other ones look like first. Those would look nice when we wear the retros. And our city jerseys. These would look nice in our home, so we'll give those for home. But they said screw you, but you get these orange ass shoes. Those look slightly better. Which one did I give him over here? Alright. So maybe I'll make some changes next time. Who knows? So I do appreciate y'all for watching. This is a bit fun. This is a fun episode. So I do appreciate y'all for watching. Stay tuned. Watch the next one, hopefully. I'll see y'all when I see y'all, because I'm out for now. Goodbye.